Hi all, Hipper here. Today we are taking out the Suzuya, and I am using my Atago commander here, Azur Link Atago, like I promised. So I have Ingenious on her because I can't live without that, and then of course I have Arsonist. That's the whole point of picking this commander. So if you don't pick Arsonist, well, there's no point really running Atago on your ships. So other than that, it's pretty standard fare here. Reload, and in the third row I use the extra heal to get, or the extra health to get a little bit back from what I'm losing with the Arsonist perk. Now I could show a very long boring battle where I sit behind an island and spam HE in this well, super HE fire build here, but I think that would be dreadfully boring, so I'm going to show a battle that's a little bit more action-packed, but where I'm still using the Atago commander, but I don't actually run the concealment mod here. I am running double rudder, but as you can see from before, I'm running the Azur Lane Atago commander and not Mikawa. I just find it really hard to have fun without double rudder, so that's what I put on Suzuya in this game here. So with this build here, I have a 19% fire chance, and when you think about it, it's actually not that amazing compared to Atago, because I have had to put, well, my whole build into fire chance here, and I'm really only 2% higher than a stock Atago. Of course, Suzuya has more guns than Atago. It has 15 guns, while Atago has only 10. So obviously the percentage doesn't tell the whole story there, because you get 50% more shells that each have a 19% chance to set a fire, while Atago only has 10 shells with a 17%. So in the end, Suzuya does have a higher fire chance, but I have to give up my agile build to make that work, and I just don't think it's worth it. On Atago, I can have an agile build and I will still have a 17% fire chance. Yes, I'll have a much longer reload, but the HE damage is also higher, and really, I think in Atago, it's generally I set a fire every 10 shell on average, and in Suzuya it seems like it's every 8 to 9 shells. So it's about, like, probably let's say 15% more. So if you shoot 100 shells in Atago, you'll set 10 fires, and in Suzuya you'll set 11 or 12, depending on your luck. It is more, yes, but the improved HE damage from Atago actually sort of makes up for it, I think. So I still think Azur Lane Atago is the right commander for this ship. But like I've said before many times now, it's just not fun. Like, I much prefer Atago. The ship, that is, not the commander. So I much prefer Atago with a Mikawa build on it, over a Suzuya with an Atago build. So yeah, that's it in short. A bit confusing here when ships and commanders have the same name. It's a bit unfortunate. So we're slowly starting to gain the upper hand over here at the A, primarily because the Suzuya here, he decided to enter the cap, which makes it a lot easier to surround him and get some crossfires on him. So that's what I'm doing now. I am guessing that he's not going to go forward, because he'll be sandwiched between two of our battleships, so I'm assuming that he's going to go the other way around the island here. So I'm going to set up a bit of an ambush here, and I'm sure that he knows what I'm doing. So I'll have to time this quite well, because he will be popping around that corner there where the Baltimore is in short time. So I'll just get a little bit closer, and then I'll set up a torp attack and hopefully take him out. And by then, I will head towards B, because I think the destroyers are heading that way. And I really hate these rear-facing torpedoes here. I just cannot get used to how long it takes to get them into action. So here we have the Richelieu, and I didn't time that very well, so I'm taking almost a full salvo here. And in this squishy ship here, that's a bit of a problem. But I did get my torps off, and I made him waste his first salvo on me. So I'll just try to set him on fire while I start to move towards B. And unfortunately, my torps are going to miss too. I should probably have fired both torpedoes banks at him, but I decided to have one go into the cap instead. So anyway, he's gone, and that means A is ours. The battleships over there are doing a really good job. If you notice how they are bow tanking the guys at A, making them waste a lot of time and allowing me to get into a flanking position here, where I can cut off their destroyers from first of all keeping B, but also from starting to move into C, because we need to keep an eye on our points here, because we are behind by about 150 points. Now, if you notice the Richelieu over here at A, he's been doing really well. He's been bow tanking until that doesn't make any sense anymore, because we removed one battleship from that flank. There's only an Alabama left. So now he goes into assault mode and pretty much just takes this Alabama on head on, but he doesn't ram, which is very important. He tricks the guy and takes him out, and that's one of the real strengths with the French battleships Richelieu and Chambard in particular, because with the speed boost like this guy is doing here, you can just suddenly change from a bow tanking defending battleship to an extremely aggressive battleship that really is a huge problem approaching like that. And I don't see many players actually using this skill of those ships, and it's a bit of a shame. So I'm just trying to set fires on this Alabama here in the meantime, just to help out as much as I can. The destroyers are still in smoke, so there's no point really heading into starting to kill them off yet. And every time I get spotted, this Alabama here targets me, so I have to keep my eyes open, because I think he knows that he's going to lose this engagement here, and he's just looking for a kill before he gets sunk himself. And that kill is usually a cruiser sitting somewhere. So see here now how the Richelieu just goes past him, like a real ballsy move there, and I love to see it. That's great stuff, because this upends the whole arrangement of ships. And of course the Alabama has no way of turning his turrets that fast, and he's just a sitting duck for everyone. So a great play there, I love to see it. Alright, it is time for me to be useful now, because the battleships and I are going to head into B soon, so I'll need to clean up that cap for destroyers. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to approach as stealthily as I can here behind the mountains, and then I'm just going to rush into the cap now that there aren't that many threats that can citadel me, so it's a little bit safer now. So I will do a Hail Mary here and see if I'm able to surprise the destroyer just around the corner here, because I'm pretty sure he's hiding somewhere in the middle of the map here. It's pretty much the only position left, and he's probably defending the cap the best he can. So I'm spotted, so obviously he is just around here somewhere. So on with the sonar, and just missing out on a Kraken here, unfortunately. This Miyoko here is just begging for it, but unfortunately I don't get all the health of him. I just miss out on just a little sliver. But anyway, here's the Jarvis, and obviously he has torps off, but with double rudder and sonar on this cruiser here is not really a problem. And a broadside from Suzuya is quite a problem for a destroyer, as you can see. It doesn't take long to take him out. And Cap B is safe. So in the meantime, someone has managed to challenge the C cap and is undefended, so I'll have to go over there as well. And it's obviously the destroyer because the battleship is visible over here at A. So I'm just gonna help this destroyer here out by capping this cap faster, because 2 ships cap faster than just 1 ship. And after that I'm going over to see if I can't ambush the other destroyer over at C, just like I did here at B a moment ago. So just gotta sit here and wait for a little bit, because we are ahead on points now, but I'm not gonna lose this advantage we have now, so I want to make sure that we cap this cap here, because if you want something done in this game here, it's better to do it yourself. I can't tell you how many times I've left the cap like this with a destroyer in it, and then the destroyer decides to leave and go do something else without finishing the capping, meaning that we'll lose the battle. So I'm making sure that this cap here is capped. And that's it. It's ours. So the reason I'm shooting torpedoes this way here now is because I want the destroyer to think that I am coming through that opening. So if he's in range of the torpedoes, he'll be able to see them and hopefully choose to go the other way, where I want to obviously shoot him. So he just got spotted there for a second by radar, which is perfect, so I know roughly where he is. I don't know which way he's going yet, but I'm hoping that my torps will convince him to go the same way I am, because that means I can take him out fairly quickly. And of course that is a huge plus, because there's only 2 enemy ships left. So I'm just turning around this corner here and then keeping an eye out for when I get spotted, because then I know pretty much the direction of the destroyer. And there I get spotted, and there he is. And, I don't know if he saw my torpedoes, but it doesn't really matter, because he's where I want him to be. And inside the range of guaranteed acquisition as well, so he's not going to disappear. We take a torp, but that's fine. It's all good. So that's Suzuya here with a Azur lane Atago commander built on it. And it's not a traditional like HE firing from cover game, because I think that would be too boring, but it's a more action-packed game that probably would have been a little bit more fun with an agile build on the Suzuya, but such is life, you never know what you're gonna get, as the good old Forrest Gump said. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you out there.